Man, when I first saw that headline, Prince Harry says Islam has the respect the West lost long ago. It stopped me for a second. Like, wait a minute, did he actually say that? That's a huge statement coming from someone born right into the heart of the Western elite. This is a guy who literally grew up inside one of the oldest monarchies in the world, symbol of Western civilization itself. And for him to say something like that Islam has the respect the West lost, bro, that's heavy. And honestly, I get what he's trying to say. I think a lot of people in the West are losing something deep, a sense of respect, a disciplined, spiritual grounding. You look at the world right now. We've got freedom, technology, progress. But man, there's this emptiness, this disconnect from purpose. What Prince Harry is recognizing, maybe even subconsciously, is that Islam still holds on to something the modern West kind of let go of. It's not about religion versus religion, about the energy, the code, the principles. When you look at Islam, you see structure. You see faith that isn't hidden or embarrassed. You see families connected, people who pray together, communities that stand together, men and women who still live by honor, modesty, and respect. That's what Harry was talking about. He's been around the world, seen cultures from the inside. He's seen war and poverty. And he's probably seen that in the middle of all that chaos, some Muslim communities still have something unbreakable. That sense of respect, that connection to something higher than themselves. And you've got to admit, man, that's powerful. If you zoom out and look at Western culture, right now, what are we doing? We're arguing about everything. We're more divided than ever. We're addicted to outrage, social media, dopamine hits, instant gratification. Everyone wants to be famous. Nobody wants to be righteous. Everyone wants freedom, but nobody wants responsibility. Like, we turn freedom into do whatever you want, whenever you want, and now we wonder why it all feels hollow. And then you look at Islam, talk to a lot of Muslim guys, athletes, scholars, people who actually live that faith, and there's this crazy sense of peace in them. Even when they go through pain or loss, something keeps them grounded. They wake up before dawn. They fast. They pray. They give charity. They restrain themselves. It's like a warrior discipline. But spiritual. It's not about fighting the world. It's about fighting yourself. That's what the West forgot. We stopped fighting ourselves. We just gave in to our impulses. And Harry, he's not a dumb guy. He's been through trauma, loss, and the madness of fame. Maybe he's realizing that all the money, attention, and luxury in the world doesn't give you peace. Respect gives you peace. Purpose gives you peace. When he looks at Islam, maybe that's what he sees. People living with purpose in chaos. The Western media usually paints Islam as strict or outdated, something that limits people. But if you look deeper, it's not limitation, it's liberation. When you have self-control, you're free from your own desires. When you live with discipline, you don't need the world's approval. That's what Islam teaches, to fear no one but God. That's why they bow down 5 times a day. It's similitude, it's strength. The West doesn't understand that anymore. We confuse arrogance for strength. Loud opinions mean confidence. But real confidence comes from knowing your limits, knowing who you are, knowing where you stand in the universe. And Islam has preserved that humility. That's what Harry's statement reminded me of. Let's be honest, man, look at the West right now. Respect is gone. Respect for elders, gone. Respect for truth, gone. For marriage, gone. Nothing is sacred anymore. People are desperate for something real. That's why you see cold plunges, meditation, fasting, stoicism. Everyone's searching for discipline, searching for that lost respect. But here's the irony. Islam's been teaching that for 1,400 years. Fasting, self-restraint, mindfulness, charity, it's all there. Ancient and modern at the same time. So when Prince Harry says Islam has the respect the West lost long ago, he's not just complimenting Islam, he's exposing the West. He's saying we've lost our way. And that's brave, man. He knows people will twist his words, but he said it anyway. That means he's feeling something real. Maybe he saw that respect firsthand. In the Middle East, in Africa, in Muslim soldiers he served with. He saw people who carried themselves with honor and realized how far we've drifted. Respect isn't just manners. It's a whole worldview. In Islam, respect starts with God. You respect God. You respect yourself, your parents, your neighbors, your spouse, even your enemies. That's deep. In the West, it's all about ego. Be yourself. Do whatever feels good. Follow your truth. But if everyone follows their own truth, there's no truth left. That's why people are lost. We respect trends and celebrities, not wisdom. That's why what Harry said hit me, because it's not Islam versus the West. It's about remembering what made us human. That's why so many people are drawn to Islam now. See structure. They see clarity. They see something that doesn't bend with every new trend. In the West, everything's fluid, everything's relative, nothing's sacred. But in Islam, there's a core that doesn't change. That's powerful. People like Harry can feel that energy. You walk into a mosque, you feel silence, humility, focus. You walk into Western spaces, chaos, noise, ego. So yeah, I get why he said it. And I think many secretly agree, afraid to admit it, because it challenges the illusion that the West is the pinnacle of civilization. Maybe the real pinnacle is spiritual respect, something we've forgotten how to build. I've talked to a lot of Muslims, fighters, thinkers, scientists. They're grounded. They don't get shaken by nonsense. They're disciplined. They treat family with honor. That comes from faith. When you believe every action is seen by God, you live different. You walk different. You talk different. That's the respect Harry was talking about. Not just respect for others, but respect for life itself. And the West needs that again. Technology can't replace it. Social media can't simulate it. Money can't buy it. You've got to live it. You've got to earn it. Islam never lost it because it never tried to modernize it. It just stayed true. That's beautiful, man. Harry's realizing Western progress isn't real progress if it costs your soul. If you lose your moral compass, your humility, your respect, what's left? Just consumption, distraction. So yeah, I think he's right. Islam does have the respect the West lost long ago because they still bow before something greater than themselves. They still protect family, honor, modesty, and discipline. They still live with purpose. Maybe it's time the West learns from that instead of mocking it. Maybe it's time to stop pretending moral chaos is freedom. It's time we bring back respect for life, for truth, for God, for each other. Because without that, man, all the progress in the world means nothing. Build the tallest buildings, the fastest internet, the biggest armies, but if you can't respect your own soul, it's all empty. Maybe that's the wake-up call we all need. Harry said it out loud, but deep down we all feel it. We've lost something sacred. And maybe Islam still remembers what that is.